Level 1. The Floor Mopper. You are standing in a firehouse bay at 6 in the morning, mop in hand, cleaning a floor that was already clean, because that is the actual job description nobody tells you about when you sign up to become a firefighter. Not running into buildings, not carrying people out of smoke, mopping, restocking, checking the same equipment for the third time this week, even though nobody has touched it since the last time you checked it. This is Probie rank, and it is the rank almost nobody outside the profession knows exists, because it does not look like anything on television. You spent months in the academy learning knots, hose lays, and building collapse patterns, and now your actual daily reality is making coffee for people who have been doing this for 20 years, and watching you do it with a completely straight face. The mundane work is not a formality. It is the actual foundation the entire career gets built on, whether you realize it in the moment or not. Every hose you re-roll, every truck compartment you reorganize, every drill you run on a building nobody is on fire in, is quietly building the exact muscle memory that keeps you alive later, when there is no time to think and only time to react. The senior guys are not just making you do busy work to haze you. They are watching how you handle the boredom, because the way you handle boredom is a genuine predictor of how you will handle chaos. Nobody says this part out loud. You just have to notice it yourself, usually months in, usually after a shift where absolutely nothing happened except cleaning things that were already clean. Level 2. The Drill Runner. Eventually the department decides you have mopped enough floors, and you move into Rookie Firefighter rank, and this is where the real training actually starts, because now the drills stop being theoretical. You are running forcible entry drills in full gear, 75 pounds of turnout coat, pants, boots, helmet, and air pack, in the middle of summer, sweating through layers you did not know a human body could sweat through. You are pulling hose lines up stairwells until your legs shake. You are practicing search patterns in zero visibility, crawling through a smoke-filled training structure with your hand on the wall, learning to trust a process you cannot see happening around you. This is the rank where the job stops being an idea and starts being a physical reality your body has to learn to survive. The instructors push you specifically because the alternative, pushing you less, gets someone killed later. There is no room for sentiment in this part of the training. You either learn to move efficiently under the weight of the gear, under the heat, under the specific disorientation of not being able to see your own hands in front of your face, or you do not make it through probation. Some people do not. This is the rank where the career quietly filters itself. Not through exams, but through whether your body and your nervous system can actually do the thing under real physical stress. Not just describe the thing correctly on a written test. Level 3, the first real call. Then comes the call that changes everything, and it rarely happens the way you pictured it in the academy. Firefighter rank begins the moment you respond to your first real structure fire, and the specific detail nobody prepares you for is how ordinary the moments right before it feel. You are sitting in the truck, the tones drop, and then you are getting dressed in under a minute, gear you have practiced putting on hundreds of times now happening on pure muscle memory, while your mind is still catching up to what is actually occurring. The heat when you make entry is not like anything you trained for, because training smoke machines cannot replicate the specific physical weight of real heat radiating off real burning material. Your training either holds or it does not, and for most firefighters, this is the moment they discover which one is true. This is also the rank where the emotional weight of the job starts to actually register, rather than remaining an abstract idea you agreed to when you signed up. You see things at this rank that do not leave you when the shift ends. This is talked about more openly in the profession now than it used to be, and the departments that handle this rank well are the ones that build in real support systems, rather than expecting firefighters to simply absorb it and move on unaffected. The firefighters who last long careers are rarely the ones who feel nothing. They are the ones who learn how to carry what they feel without letting it break them. Level 4, the one others follow. Time and calls accumulate, and eventually you become senior firefighter, and this rank looks different from the outside than it feels from the inside. From the outside, you look like you have simply been doing the job longer. From the inside, something has actually shifted. Rookies now watch what you do in a fire the way you once watched the senior guys, and the responsibility of that, whether anyone assigns it to you formally or not, changes how you move through a call. You are not just executing the job correctly anymore. You are demonstrating, in real time, under real conditions, what correct actually looks like for the people coming up behind you. This rank is where most firefighters either settle into quiet competence or start actively seeking more responsibility, and both paths are legitimate. Not everyone wants to become an officer, and the fire service genuinely needs experienced senior firefighters who stay hands-on for their entire careers, doing the physical work at the highest level rather than moving into supervision. But for the ones who do want to climb further, this is the rank where leadership potential either becomes visible to the people making promotion decisions, or it quietly does not, and there is no faking this part. Officers are made from the pattern of decisions firefighters make under real pressure, not from resumes. Level 5, the one who gives the orders. For those who climb further, lieutenant rank changes the entire relationship to the job, because now you are not just responsible for executing tasks correctly. You are responsible for the decisions that determine whether everyone on your crew goes home at the end of the shift. This is a genuinely different kind of weight than anything at the earlier ranks, and it surprises a lot of newly promoted lieutenants how much heavier command feels compared to even the most intense fireground work as a firefighter. You can control your own actions with enough training. You cannot fully control the outcome of someone else following your order into a structure, and that gap between control and responsibility is the actual substance of this rank. The specific skill that separates good lieutenants from struggling ones is not tactical knowledge, which most lieutenants already have in abundance by this point in their careers. It is the ability to make a clear, fast decision with incomplete information, under time pressure, and live with that decision regardless of outcome. Some decisions made correctly still end badly, because fire does not care how correct your reasoning was. Lieutenants who cannot make peace with that reality tend to burn out fast or become dangerously hesitant, exactly when speed matters most. Level 6, the one who carries the weight. Captain rank adds an entirely new dimension of weight on top of everything already carried at lieutenant, because now you are responsible not just for a crew on a single call, but for an entire station, its culture, its training standards, its equipment readiness, and its budget, day after day, whether or not there is an active fire happening anywhere in the district. Most people assume the top ranks in any career get easier, that the physical grind of the lower ranks gets traded for something lighter. The opposite is true here. The physical intensity decreases somewhat. The weight of responsibility increases substantially, because now the consequences of a bad decision are not measured in one call but in the ongoing safety and competence of everyone under your command, indefinitely. Captains carry the administrative weight most people never see from the outside. Budget requests, personnel issues, community relations, grant applications for new equipment the department genuinely needs but cannot otherwise afford. None of this looks like firefighting from the outside, and none of it appears in the dramatic footage people associate with the profession, but all of it directly determines whether the firefighters under a captain's command have what they actually need to survive the next serious call. This is the rank where the job fully becomes about other people's safety rather than your own performance, a shift that some captains find liberating and others find quietly exhausting. Level 7, the legend of the department. And then there is Chief, the rank that represents an entire career's accumulated weight, judgment, and legacy compressed into a single position. By the time most firefighters reach Chief, they are no longer measured by any single call or any single decision. They are measured by the department they built, the firefighters they trained and promoted, and the culture that persists in that department long after they retire. This is the rank that makes every mopped floor, every smoke-filled training drill, every first fire, every difficult decision made as a lieutenant and captain, worth what it cost to get here. You are not just fighting fires anymore, and you have not been for a long time. You are the standard the entire department gets measured against. The person new recruits are told stories about before they ever meet you, the name that stays attached to the department's identity for years after you are gone. The weight of the helmet, the trust of an entire community, the responsibility for every firefighter who will ever wear that department's uniform after you. That is the version of you standing in this rank now. So here is the actual question this video was always building toward. Which rank are you starting at right now? Because the chief who built that department did not start there. He started mopping a floor that was already clean at 6 in the morning, wondering if any of it actually mattered. It did. Every uncomfortable, unglamorous rank of it did, and he climbed anyway, one call, one drill, one difficult decision at a time.